In a nerve-wracking moment caught on camera, a man makes a chilling discovery inside the cab of his truck. Wedged between his legs and the underside of the seat is a rattlesnake.
Oh, motherfucker, I just got in the goddamn truck. Johnny, I got a rattle right between my legs, bro. Motherfucker, dude, are you kidding me? Hey, come over here real slow. Oh, motherfucker, dude. I got a rattlesnake in here. No, I'm not joking, bro.
No, you fucking don't.
I don't want to get bit. Hey, come grab this motherfucker, dude. Are you shitting me? Yeah.
All right, bro. Just chill.
No, please don't get me bit. Don't get me bit.
Real quick, bro. Real fucking quick, bro.
Serious.
Hands of fucking lightning.
Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, you saved my life, bro. I love it.
Rattlesnakes are venomous pit vipers, instantly recognizable by their signature warning rattle. Their venom is packed with hemotoxins, toxins that tear through tissue, disrupt blood clotting, and trigger excruciating pain, swelling, and, in some cases, dangerous systemic reactions. One strike from the snake demands immediate medical attention. Without it, severe envenomation can leave permanent damage, or in rare cases, prove fatal. The man is trapped in a confined space, a predator coiled just inches away. Every movement counts. One wrong shift, and the outcome could turn deadly. Lynn is a young mother, tired, content, and holding the small hand of her 6-year-old, May, as they leave school and walk home in the last light of day. Nothing about the evening suggests what's coming. In the stairwell, the corridor lights stutter and hum, throwing strange shadows along the walls. Lynn hesitates, glances at the quiet eye of a CCTV camera in the corner, then exhales and turns the key. She nudges the door open and lets May step inside first, unaware that a single threshold will divide their lives into before and after. What unfolds beyond that doorway is never shown in full, but the aftermath is. Hours later, the internet reels as building footage and witness accounts circulate, and a grim detail hardens into fact. The attacker was Lynn's former partner. He forced his way in and assaulted her, violent, devastating, and beyond what words should bear, while May was likely close enough to see, or at least to hear. A homecoming meant to be ordinary is recast as a memory that will outgo for years. The revelation triggers an immediate police response. Detectives canvass the building, pull camera logs, and begin the search for a suspect now named in countless posts and tip line calls. For Lynn and May, support services mobilize. Neighbors leave porch lights on, and the community that watched in horror now waits for accountability. Some moments refuse to fade. This is one of them, a reminder that danger can hide in the familiar, and that the places we trust most still need the protection we all deserve. A YouTuber by the name of Dara was crossing a river in Papua New Guinea on August 15, 2025, when they encountered an uncounted tribe on this particular day. They had a guide because Dara is accustomed to visiting far-flung places. Additionally, there have been reports of cannibalism among some of these uncounted tribes, such as the Kurori, but most people think that this is an antiquated habit. That does not, however, imply that they were not in danger, and this is the reason why Dora and the tribe end up in such a stressful predicament. That encounter is shown here. Watch.
Serang lagi serang.
I think they're blowing arrows at us, bro.
Seriously, this is terrifying. They're huge bulls. So I've got like an offering for them. This is Demi back here, who knows the tribe and who's bringing us in. He's telling us that this is the way to basically bargain our way and try and make them accept us.
It should be mentioned that the tribes of Papua New Guinea, which are situated close above Australia, have a history of trading salt and other cattle. For this reason, Dar's guide probably tells him to offer him salt, allowing him to travel freely. However, that does not augur well with the tribesmen, as you will see.
Got
You
salt.
put it in your hand.
Put it in my hand?
Open it and then just put it in your hands a little bit. Kakak macam tidak terima kita full. Kakak rasa buang. Kakak rasa.
Oh God. Okay, he doesn't look like he likes that.
Be careful.
He doesn't like it. All right, guys, let's move back. Maybe
We have to go out.
he's not into that.
Not really welcome. It's really dangerous.
I'm not gonna lie, that is absolutely terrifying.
Oh my God.
Damn it, they're scary.
Fortunately, Dar and his crew survived, but based on his guide's response, things could have easily gone wrong very fast. You should certainly visit Dar's channel. This grainy CCTV footage, recorded sometime in 2021, captures a moment that still leaves viewers shaking. The exact location is unknown, but what we do know is that it takes place inside a mechanical parking structure, a design common across East Asia. These systems maximize space by stacking vehicles one above the other. On this day, a man with a scooter can be seen going about his business, unaware that he was seconds away from disaster. What happened next was something he could never have anticipated.
上去了。好乖好乖，这是个怪物。小溪，他好像很喜欢你的样子哎。因为我们两个是超级好朋友。什么时候的事啊？啊！最后一次的羊驼时间又要错过了啦。啊！结果还是没能见到小宝宝。羊驼。哎。 到底是怎么回事？我说羊驼，你绝对不可以死下去。
As the parking system raised a car into position, the vehicle perched on top suddenly began to roll forward. At first, the scooter rider didn't notice until it was nearly too late. In a split second, the car lurched toward him, threatening to crush him beneath its weight. Somehow, with lightning reflexes, he jumped clear of the falling vehicle. His scooter, however, wasn't so lucky. It was completely flattened on impact, a grim reminder how close he had come to losing his life. Had he hesitated for even a heartbeat, this footage would have documented a tragedy. Reports later suggested the cause was simple yet devastating. The driver of the car had forgotten to set the handbrake. On May 11, 2023, the quiet village of Bourget, Ontario, just 50 kilometers east of downtown Ottawa, became the scene of a tragedy that shocked not only the local community, but law enforcement across Canada. What began as a routine wellness check spiraled into an event no one could have foreseen. That evening, Sergeant Eric Mueller, along with several other officers, responded to reports of a noise disturbance at the home of Shane Belafroid. Dispatch relayed that Belafroid was believed to be alone and had been drinking heavily. As the officers arrived, they assessed the situation and made a critical decision: split up to cover the perimeter.
Y a-tu des enfants ou quelque chose?
Non.
Ils sont tout seuls?
Fait que la fois que j'ai vu tantôt, puis la lumière était pas allumée. Là, elle est allumée.
OK.
OK? Fait que ça, c'est nouveau. Puis il y en a un c'est un gars qui boit beaucoup. Qui fait un rouge, il est décalé. Puis ça fait 4 ans qu'il reste ici, puis là, faut qu'ils déménagent, puis ils vont développer des maisons ici. Ça, c'est bien de la peine. Les gars, ils boivent beaucoup.
Les voisins, c'est lui ici.
Ouais, et lui, elle a attendu
Officer Lozo moved to the rear of the property, knocking several times on the back door without response. Meanwhile, Sergeant Mueller approached the front entrance. Flashlight in hand, he called out clearly, identifying himself as police before stepping inside. What happened next would be catastrophic.
I just cover the front door. Just going to do a perimeter check first. Change that, so we'll see Dolly va se réveiller, le gars.
Le chien, il est comme sur le bord. Vous allez voir à gauche.
From inside his bedroom, Belafroid suddenly opened fire blindly through the walls with a semi-automatic rifle. Mueller was hit almost immediately and collapsed. Lozo was also struck but managed to retreat. Even as Mueller lay wounded, his body camera continued recording, capturing chilling audio. Belafroid's voice can be heard taunting, declaring that the officer had messed with the wrong guy, before allegedly removing or covering the camera.
C'est ça que j'ai dit. Should have never broke into my house. Sorry about that.
Lozo's own body cam soon picked up additional bursts of gunfire, along with desperate sounds of an officer in pain, likely Mueller, trying to escape before collapsing outside. In a disturbing twist, Belafroid himself later dialed 911, claiming he thought intruders had broken into his home and that he fired in self-defense.
Deixa eu ver como eu te resolvo. Deixa eu ver como eu te resolvo. Então, nós vamos. Então, eu vou doer. Fire shot. Breaking up there, and then unfortunately I shot the police. 2390 Love Street. I shot a police. Unfortunately, he broke into my house. Yeah, I shot a police. Unfortunately, in my house. 2390 Love Street. Where am I? I'm inside the house.
Sergeant Mueller, though initially still breathing and conscious, succumbed to his injuries. Belafroid was taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder. His trial remains ongoing, with more testimony and evidence expected in coming months. The case has left painful questions in its wake. Why was a loaded rifle so easily within reach? And how could tragedy erupt so suddenly, even after officers had clearly identified themselves? For the family, friends, and fellow officers of Eric Mueller, the answers can never undo the loss. And for law enforcement everywhere, the events of that night stand as a sobering reminder. Even the most routine calls can turn into moments of unimaginable danger. This TikTok account shared a video of her sprinting through a hotel's hallways on August 13. Additionally, the text states that after a man started pursuing her around the hallways, she pretended to be on FaceTime. However, she became frightened when she heard someone sprinting behind her. This is a clip from the original video. Soon later, security footage of the girl in the hallway was purportedly posted by a hotel employee, demonstrating that she was indeed running from nothing and acting strangely strange in the elevator. Furthermore, the elevator itself gives the impression that it is broken. Additionally, a lot of people compare this case to the Eliza Lamb case of the Cecil Hotel. This is only the beginning though, as the same security guard's investigation into the room she was sleeping in the next day makes things even more unsettling, and it's clear that she departed quickly. Look at it.
It's like all my stuff is just left here. No, this is ridiculous. What the heck is this doing in here? Yo, hold on, y'all. Why the is this in here? Hold this. Yo, y'all. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
Following this unsettling discovery, our security guard revisits the video and takes another look. He's shocked by what they discover because what they previously discovered could be explained, but this couldn't. They discover the following. Watch.
So let me fast forward. Watch this.
Watch. That's just the housekeeper down there.
See?
Right there. Right there.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy. How do y'all explain that? Somebody explain that to me. And y'all think that's crazy. Keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there. Whole time I'm thinking somebody following her. So we trying to go over the film and just keep watching. Look. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones in those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen because there's no wind in there.
Wind ain't even gonna do that though. This is crazy, yo.
There hasn't been any updates since, but let me know what you think. This footage, filmed in Malaysia, captures a moment that left residents both stunned and terrified. A massive snake had slithered into a drain pipe, too large and too aggressive for anyone nearby to handle. People gathered, unsure what to do, until officials decided to call in a trained professional. When the handler arrived and began coaxing the reptile out of hiding, the crowd quickly realized they weren't dealing with just any snake. This was something far more dangerous.
Oh, no. Mi. Cakap mi. Sama mi. Okay.
According to reports, no one had suspected the intruder was a cobra. Once the handler identified it, the mood shifted instantly. Safety became the priority, and every move had to be precise. For nearly 2 tense minutes, the snake resisted capture, striking out at the handler and missing him by only a few centimeters. To those watching, it felt like an eternity. Finally, the professional managed to gain control, seizing the cobra by its head and preventing a potential catastrophe. The risk was real, with cobra fatalities estimated at more than 100 per 100,000 in some regions. A single misstep could have turned this encounter deadly. Thanks to the handler's skill, disaster was narrowly averted. On August 27, 2025 in Ping'an, Taiwan, a driver admitted he had briefly nodded off behind the wheel, just moments before losing control of his vehicle. In that instant, the car drifted across the center line and smashed head-on into a power pole with tremendous force. What makes the story chilling is the timing. Only seconds before the crash, a woman had stepped out of a nearby truck that was parked in the exact same spot. Had she taken even a few moments longer to get out, the impact could have been catastrophic. Instead, she narrowly escaped what might have been a deadly collision. The vehicle was heavily damaged, but remarkably, the driver sustained only minor injuries. Authorities quickly ruled out alcohol as a factor, confirming that fatigue at the wheel was the sole cause. This incident serves as a stark reminder just how dangerous drowsy driving can be. In a split second, it nearly turned an ordinary evening into a tragedy. Police records state that Mr. Sanchez had been purposefully causing collisions and colliding with other cars throughout the neighborhood, which prompted them to plan a coordinated reaction to apprehend him.
7-9, slow down, speeds of 28. Maneuver, hold traffic. TVI successful.
Officers rapidly approached Sanchez to make the arrest after successfully spinning his car to a stop, using a controlled pursuit maneuver called the PIT technique, which stands for Precision Immobilization Technique. However, what transpired next would elevate the situation above a routine police stop.
Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! What's going on? I got dogs on back. What the fuck? Hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! What's going on? My girlfriend shot at me, and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Sanchez seemed disturbed, terrified, and perplexed as he was being dragged out of the automobile. He even claimed at one time that he had no idea what was going on or why he was being arrested, which could help to explain what happened soon after. Despite having his wrists tied behind his back and being put in the back of the patrol car, Sanchez somehow managed to get his arms beneath his legs and bring them forward before doing the unimaginable. The keys were still in the ignition when he jumped over the open partition into the front seat and drove off in the police cruiser, now completely in charge of a police car with a service weapon loaded and unlocked on the passenger seat. What came next was a very risky, fast-paced chase.
I need as many sets of stop sticks set up as you can get.
If you get a hold of State Patrol and find out if this individual is armed, please. He's not anymore. I'll have my rifle.
The rifle is in the vehicle, passing the 390. Speed's 123. Marked Charger is the one that was stolen. I'm in the gray unmarked. He's driving down the middle of the lane. Get stop sticks out.
Sanchez exceeded 120 miles per hour while driving on public roadways. This occurred at approximately 11 a.m. in broad daylight, putting innocent bystanders in grave danger. Police swiftly changed tactics and tried to stop the automobile with spike strips, also called stop sticks, which are meant to puncture the tires and render the vehicle inoperable. The sole issue was that Sanchez turned out to be a far better driver than anticipated.
First car.
Coming up on stop sticks. You missed him. Continuing eastbound.
I'm coming up right now, and I'll come up behind him.
In addition to avoiding the stop sticks once, he did so twice while driving at dangerously high speeds as police chased him down the road. Police continued to follow his path and set up another trap since they were sure they could eventually apprehend him. They appeared to overlook the fact that puncturing tires at 120 miles per hour can be just as lethal as allowing the car to continue moving. When Sanchez collided with a parked semi-truck at more than 100 miles per hour, the pursuit came to a horrific conclusion. He was taken from the wreck by emergency personnel, who then took him to the hospital where he was declared dead. Although the pursuit came perilously close, the semi-truck driver was amazingly unscathed, and no civilians were hurt. In retrospect, the quest lasted far longer than it probably ought to have. The fact that it could have happened at all, however, might be the most startling aspect. As we see, danger can occasionally lurk in the slightest moments. This TikToker shared a video of a woman acting really weird and gripping something in her bag on March 9th, taken with a Ring camera. Furthermore, this would end up being among the most unsettling Ring doorbell films I've ever seen. However, I'll let you see the video before I go into detail. Watch.
Can I help you? I can't hear you.
Hi. Are you aware of me coming by today?
No. Who are you?
Oh. I'm Joy.
Okay, and who are you looking for?
Oh. Alright, I'm sorry. I probably got the wrong house.
Yeah.
She's standing still for extended periods of time and acting really strange, as you can see. The video was then revealed to be of Rhonda Polinis, who a few days later was captured on body cam performing a welfare check on her son Romeo Pierre, who had not attended school for weeks. Additionally, she pretended to be completely indifferent to her son's location during this interaction before finally letting them inside. You might not have noticed though, that she appears to be dressed exactly the same in the body cam film as she was in the doorbell footage.
So, from what I'm being told, they haven't been in school this whole month.
341, that's all 97.
The school is unaware of what's going on with him.
Oh, he's gonna go back to school.
Okay, but at this point, it's already reached a point of truancy. It's reaching the point of truancy.
What's that?
A legal thing that, I mean, you could get in trouble for.
Oh, okay.
Like you pretty much have to, if you don't get in contact with the school right now to inform them of what's going on,
Okay.
they're gonna send you to court.
Okay, I'll give him a call. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I'll call his teacher.
You got your ID on you?
No.
Is it inside the house?
I have a picture of it.
Yeah, can I see it?
They eventually persuade Rhonda to let them inside so they may check on Ryle. Regretfully, the police would find Ryle's dead after Rhonda performed an exorcism on him, claiming he was possessed. And because the officers were unaware of all of this at the time, you can only imagine what they saw when they arrived. This is the last video before you enter the house.
You're just trying to pull up a picture of her ID and then gonna go inside so we can at least.
He's in it?
That's what she said. Oh.
Given that it was only a few days prior, this Ring video is all the more distressing because Rhonda would later admit to killing young Ramil. Furthermore, a lot of people are unaware that she had a TikTok account. She also talked about her difficult background and her issues with her ex-boyfriend. However, among the more unsettling videos I saw on her social media accounts was this one.
How the saying goes,
If you want something done correctly, you have to do it yourself.
Check out this bizarre film from what appears to be an aircraft carrier that shows a stressful situation with an Osprey military chopper. The tremendous downward airflow known as downwash, which is created as the Osprey rotors spin up for takeoff, pushes air away to create the lift required to get airborne. As the downwash reaches the deck, it spreads out and creates strong chaotic wind currents in all directions. A loose object, such as the box in the video, can be picked up and thrown into the air easily, provided it's light enough. The box probably became airborne because the wind currents from the rotors caused drag and lift underneath, thereby propelling it into motion. A recording from a fog, a dangerous situation is depicted on the road as drivers try to alert oncoming vehicles to a huge pileup ahead, but the dense fog makes it nearly impossible to see anything, and a semi-truck crashes through the wreckage, creating dangerous driving conditions by making it difficult for drivers to react to obstacles in time. The semi-driver in the video probably didn't notice the collision until it was too late to stop, which resulted in the dramatic crash. However, who in their right mind drives that fast when they can't see 2 feet in front of their face? A woman named Alicia took the next video on December 21, 2023. Everything began when she heard loud, odd thuds against her window. Intrigued and startled, she started to videotape. What she captured on camera, however, was much more horrifying than she had anticipated. A man can be seen forcefully hitting her glass with his skull. He pauses for a second, looking at Alicia bewildered, before he keeps slamming his head into the glass when she pulls back the drape. As even a bystander outside records the unsettling encounter on camera, the dread of the moment grows. Alicia phones the police right away out of fear for her safety, and they quickly arrive at her house. The man appears to be unstoppable as he continues to bang his head against the window. However, when things get worse, the police show up and take him down. Later, Alicia admitted to the police that she didn't know who he was. The man was obviously mentally ill and perhaps under the influence of strong medications. He was brought to the police station after being placed under arrest. Fortunately, Alicia didn't see him again. However, the horrifying memory of that evening endures and is unlikely to go away. September 1st, 2025, Port St. Lucie, Florida. A quiet day at a local shopping plaza took an unexpected turn when a discarded jewelry box was found inside a mattress firm. The store manager, puzzled by the find, carried it next door to Burlington's. There, the truth came out. Yes, a theft had just taken place, and the suspect's description matched the same masked individual who left the empty box behind. Pedestrians pointed the police in his direction, leading them straight to Publix. That's where the body cam footage begins. Officers rush toward the entrance just as the suspect tries to dash through the front doors, only to find the law waiting. He turns back, desperate, sprinting inside the store. But before officers could catch him, fate intervened. A 76-year-old citizen watching it unfold stepped into the chaos. With courage and instinct, he lunged, tackling the fleeing thief to the ground. In seconds, the chase was over.
Going toward the deli. Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Taser, taser!
I got him.
Stop resisting. Yeah.
He's bleeding. Are you bleeding, sir? Yeah, you're bleeding.
Okay, fine, back. Stop resisting.
The suspect, a 15-year-old juvenile, was taken into custody. Port St. Lucie Master Sergeant Dominic Massidi praised the Good Samaritan's bravery but issued a reminder. While their help is appreciated, tackling a suspect always carries risks. Still, in that moment, an ordinary citizen became an unlikely hero.
Facebook is doing.
50,000 people attended Astroworld on November 5, 2021. As you can see, barriers separated the main crowd, forming two sizable enclaves. When the crowd was allowed in at 2 p.m., many of them leaped over barriers in an attempt to get a prime location for the performance. Travis Scott's set starts at 9:02 p.m. Additionally, the first 911 call was sent within 5 minutes of the main show. At 9:32 p.m., spectators started scaling the camera platform to signal that the entertainment should finish. At this point, the following video was captured. Observe. Unfortunately, the show did not stop. Travis Scott continued performing his full set as chaos unfolded in the crowd. In this clip from Dallas 0118, the overwhelming crush of bodies is clear. Tragically, 10 people ranging in age from just 9 to 27 years old lost their lives that night. Each of them was trapped within a dense crowd pocket on the right-hand side of the venue. The next morning, aerial photos revealed the devastating aftermath. Debris scattered across the field, silent evidence of the disaster that took place. So, what can you do if you ever find yourself caught in a crowd surge? Keep your arms up and your weight centered, almost like a boxer stance. The crowd will move like a wave, never push against it. Instead, flow with it, and when possible, angle your movements diagonally toward the nearest exit. And most importantly, trust your instincts. If it feels wrong, it is. That's the moment to leave, because in situations like this, every second matters. The next clip was filmed by a group of travelers driving through Jalisco, Mexico. Their route ran parallel to a set of train tracks with a crossing point where vehicles could pass. At first, everything seemed normal, just another drive down a quiet road. But in an instant, this ordinary scene turned into something shocking.
¡Qué garra!
Vamos a ver qué pedo.
As the train approached, cars continued toward the tracks. Whether they ignored the warning signs or simply failed to notice them remains unclear. One car managed to slip through at the very last second, but the SUV following behind wasn't as fortunate. It was struck by the train, the massive force sending it spinning. Surprisingly, the vehicle did not appear to be completely destroyed, suggesting the passengers inside may have survived. A split-second decision, and two cars just feet apart faced two very different outcomes. July 21st, what was meant to be a celebration of success turned into a nightmare. An upscale villa known as Joseph Israel, famous for its pristine pool and luxury setting, had been rented by a local marketing agency for an employee gathering. 50 staff members arrived that afternoon, ready to enjoy the summer heat, drinks, the laughter, and the cool blue water. For hours, everything seemed perfect. An ordinary company retreated in an extraordinary setting, but as the sun dipped lower, something strange began to happen. A few partygoers noticed the waterline shifting inch by inch. At first, it seemed like a trick of the light, something you'd dismiss. Yet the change grew undeniable. One attendee, uneasy, raised their phone and hit record. Moments later, the nightmare began. Without warning, the ground beneath the pool caved in. What was once a peaceful oasis instantly became a roaring sinkhole, a swirling vortex pulling everything, water, floats, and even people, into the earth. Within seconds, the pool was drained, leaving a gaping chasm where laughter had just echoed. 6 people had been in the water when it collapsed. 3 scrambled to safety. 1 man slipped at the edge, nearly swallowed whole, before pulling himself free. But 2 others weren't so lucky. One fought his way out. The other, 32-year-old Khalil Kim Hae, was dragged into the depths. When rescue divers finally reached him 4 agonizing hours later, it was too late. He had drowned, trapped 43 feet below ground in darkness no one could imagine. Investigators later uncovered the grim truth. The pool had been built without permits, on unstable ground. The villa's owner was charged with negligent manslaughter. Though only one life was lost, the horror lingers, because what happened that day was sudden, merciless, and unstoppable. One moment you're floating in the sun, the next you're fighting for your life against the earth itself. On May 15, 2015, in Jefferson County, Kentucky, a 6-year-old first grader named Allie stepped off her school bus like she had done so many times before. The driver, Melinda Sanders, opened the double doors for her, but in a moment of inattention that would prove devastating, Sanders closed the doors before Allie was clear. Her backpack became trapped, leaving her caught in the outside of the bus. What followed was captured in disturbing footage, much of which has been censored because of its graphic nature. For nearly a quarter of a mile, more than 1,000 feet, Allie was dragged along the pavement before the bus finally stopped. Miraculously, she survived, but not without lasting consequences. Severe nerve damage and the lifelong trauma post-traumatic stress disorder, in Allie's case, is not isolated. In the past decade, at least 31 similar incidents have been documented, all because of the immense force of school bus doors. Allie was incredibly lucky. As for Sanders, she insisted it was nothing more than a tragic accident. No criminal charges were filed, though Allie's family later won a $5 million settlement in a civil lawsuit. A trial, Sanders expressed deep regret, acknowledging the irreversible damage caused by her mistake.
The loading and unloading of children is the moment of truth. Let nothing distract you.
Yes,
What does that mean to you?
it means a lot to me. And I wish, Mr. Bolus, that I had followed that day. I can't take that day back.
We're gonna go southbound Magnolia from 19.
Charles River with it. Eastbound Colfax. It's in the wrong lanes of traffic. We're in the right lanes of traffic.
August 23, 2025, just before 5 in the evening, Aurora police receive an alert. A stolen Chevy Express van has just been spotted near 16th and Dayton. Within minutes, officers locked eyes on the vehicle, but when they moved in to make the stop, the driver refuses. Behind the wheel is 34-year-old John Respetha, a name officers know all too well, a man with a long history of run-ins with the law. The order goes out, pursuit authorized. What follows is a tense chase through city streets. Officers attempt not once, not twice, but several pit maneuvers, and every single one fails. The van keeps going. The chase isn't over.
Get out. He's pulling out of it.
Let's go. The rear passenger wheel is about to fall off. Speeds are very low. We're like 20 miles an hour right now.
Pit eastbound, Poplar 14.
40!
But then something changes. Near East 14th, between Poplar and Pontiac, the van starts to wobble. One tire has gone flat. The joyride is slowing down. This is their chance. Officers close in, executing one last pit maneuver, and this time it works. The stolen van grinds to a halt. The pursuit is over.
Get out of the car!
Get a taser. Less lethal. Hold on, get taser.
I'll stay lethal. Get out of the car now!
Open the door and exit the vehicle now.
No.
The cigarette.
Watch the complete silliness that ensues when a bike catches fire after a cold start in this wild moment captured by CCTV footage from a bike shop.
打电话，快点搞水啊！
The shopkeepers try to put out the gasoline-fueled fire with water instead of utilizing the nearby fire extinguisher, which only makes matters worse by causing smoke and flames to spread throughout the store. It's a mistake to put water on a gasoline fire. When water is poured onto a gasoline fire, the water spreads the gasoline and allows the flames to cover a larger area. Additionally, the heat from the fire can cause the water to evaporate quickly, turning into steam that can carry burning gasoline droplets, further spreading the flames. This is particularly dangerous in confined spaces like the bike shop in the video, where burning fuel easily ignites nearby objects, turning a small fire into a disaster. Because water is less dense than gasoline floats on it instead of mixing with it. One moment you're cruising down Highway 1, soaking in the breathtaking coastal views. The Pacific stretches endlessly to your left, the cliffs to your right, but in an instant, beauty gives way to horror. December 30th, 2019, a motorist on San Francisco's iconic Highway 1 sees something almost impossible to believe. A green SUV speeds past and without slowing, veers straight off the cliff's edge, vanishing into the abyss below. The witness calls 911. The track confirms the vehicle left the roadway, but when rescue teams scour the ocean below, there's nothing. No wreckage, no debris, no driver. It's as if the car dissolved into thin air. The dashcam footage spreads online, igniting debate. Some claim it's supernatural, others argue it's a hoax. But experts find no signs of digital fakery. The video is real, and yet the car has disappeared. For weeks, divers search the waters. All they recover are scattered parts, none belonging to the SUV in the video. Stranger still, no missing person is linked to that specific make and model. The trail goes cold until 5 months later, April 29, 2020. Swimmers on Monterey State Beach discover a body floating offshore. The remains are identified as 34-year-old Tracy Sinclair. Records show she drove a dark green 2009 Lexus SUV, the same car seen going over the cliff. At last, the victim has a name, but the car still missing. Despite sonar sweeps and extensive searches, Tracy's Lexus has never been found. Speculation grows darker. No brake lights were visible in the footage. Was this a tragic accident or something intentional? Why wasn't she connected to the case sooner? And how does a 4,000-pound vehicle vanish without a trace? For Tracy's family, her discovery brought painful closure. They finally knew what happened to their loved one, but the mystery of her missing car and her final moments on Highway 1 remain unsolved, because sometimes, even when the ocean gives back a body, it refuses to return its secrets. In a quiet Los Angeles neighborhood, a car slowly pulls up in front of a house. At first glance, nothing about the scene looks unusual. A child quickly hops out of the vehicle and runs up the driveway toward the front door. The natural assumption would be that he's just been dropped off by a friend or family member and is hurrying inside his own home, but that's not what's happening here. Instead, this youngster is playing the role of an apprentice porch pirate. Without hesitation, he snatches the package waiting at the doorstep, spins around and bolts back toward the car. In seconds, he tosses a stolen box into the trunk before climbing back inside. The getaway driver doesn't waste a moment, accelerating down the street as though nothing ever happened. What makes the situation even worse is the unsettling possibility that the driver, the adult behind the wheel, could be his own parent. If that's the case, then not only is theft happening in broad daylight, but a child is being taught to take part in it. Someone definitely needs to have a serious talk with this kid's parents, whether they're just allowing it or actively leading the charge. On August 8, 2025, in the Orenburg region of Russia, a locomotive assistant was carrying out routine duties, walking alongside a diesel train near a blast furnace, when a bizarre and tragic accident unfolded. According to earlier reports, a large section of compressed metallic material gave way without warning, collapsing and striking him with devastating force. The impact left the worker with life-threatening injuries. Though he miraculously survived, doctors were forced to amputate both of his legs in order to save his life. At the time of this recording, officials have not released any further confirmation about his current condition, leaving questions about his recovery unanswered. What is certain is that a seemingly ordinary workday turned into a nightmare in a matter of seconds, highlighting once again the extreme dangers faced in industrial environments. Here you see a nice day at a military airfield. That provided you with all of this information to get you ready for what's going to happen. The Soviet Tu-22M is a long-range bomber that the Russian Air Force operates. It's one of the most significant planes they run for a number of reasons. According to preliminary investigations conducted by both TUPV and Russian authorities, the hard landing and subsequent crash were caused by a gust of wind at the last second. This was captured in Murmansk, which is very close to the Barents Sea and has icy temperatures like you see here. I have never seen a plane crash like this, but it appears that the entire fuselage collapsed and the plane just exploded in a massive ball of fire. 4 crew members were tragically killed. On August 28, 2025, tragedy struck in Radom, Poland, when an F-16 fighter jet from the Polish Air Force crashed during rehearsals for an upcoming air show.
Boże, kurwa. O kurwa! Rozbił się! O kurwa! Jebną! O pilocie chyba. Nie, katapultował się.
The powerful impact destroyed a section of the runway and sadly claimed the life of the pilot. Investigators quickly secured the area and recovered a camera that had been used by the pilot, which is now being analyzed for clues about what went wrong. As of now, the official investigation remains ongoing. However, aviation experts speaking to the press have pointed to several possible scenarios. Some believe the aircraft may not have had sufficient altitude to complete a maneuver, while others suggest the possibility of human error. At the same time, technical failures have not been ruled out, with particular attention being given to whether an engine malfunction could have played a role. The crash serves as a sobering reminder of the risks faced by pilots even in training and rehearsal, where precision and danger exist side by side in the skies. Police in Florida responded to a disturbing call at Dick Blake Park after a young girl reported that a man had exposed himself while she was skating near the trails. When officers arrived, they confronted the suspect. He claimed he was simply taking a walk in the park, but when pressed further, he admitted he had been sunbathing on the trail. At first, he tried to downplay the situation, but the officers quickly noticed he was carrying a knife, which immediately raised concerns. The man insisted he was harmless, but his story continued to shift.
Nothing, just took a walk down the park.
Okay. So we're just meeting with the victim. She's over by the park. What were you doing out here today? So put that bottle down.
Just hanging out down there.
Anything you need to know about? Anything that's going to cut me or anything?
There's a knife right here.
Okay, don't pull it out. That's how you get shot,
No,
right? Face that way. Okay, I'm going to check it, all right? I'm just going to check you for any weapons. Is it a knife?
It's right there.
Any firearms or anything?
No.
I'm not gonna search your pockets. I'm just going to pat you down, okay?
That's enough. That's a good
Go ahead, ma'am. 54, I'm 1012. I just need someone to get with the victim. All right.
I was hanging out there, sunbathing.
You were sunbathing?
Yeah.
Where at?
Further down where nobody can see me.
Where's that at?
Down that trail down there.
Okay.
So,
do you sunbathe with your clothes on, or you do it with no clothes on?
some, I mean, here, hanging out here.
Well, tell me about it.
What's up?
What usually happens? Do you sunbathe at the park naked? Like
Sometimes.
Okay.
Get my clothes back on quickly, if possible. If anything happens.
Well, you know the park's not really the place for that, my man.
Well, I know. It's a
Do you have an ID on you?
wide open spot.
He told police he sometimes sunbathed with clothes on and sometimes without. That admission alone made the officers skeptical, but the real evidence came from the victim. She explained that she had been skating near the bridge when she encountered the man. At first, he made small talk and even guided her toward the bridge, but later, when she saw him again, he exposed himself and asked if she wanted to have some fun. She had the presence of mind to record the encounter on video, which she handed over to police.
I'm skating and I was just like going back there, like the back trails, because like there's not a lot of places to skate here. And I saw on like Google Maps there's like a bridge over there, so I was trying to get to the bridge, but I didn't know where it was. So like I was walking that way, I saw him, and I just have social anxiety, so I turned around. And then like he came up to me, he was just like making small talk, like, you know, like, how you doing? Do you come here often? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I was trying to look for the bridge, so he helped me towards the bridge. And I'm a people pleaser, so like I didn't want to be like, hey, I don't need your help. So he helped me towards the bridge. I crossed it, it was fine. He like, you know, did his own thing. And like on the way back, I don't know, he was just like, I think he had a beer in his hand or something. And then he like turned around and his dick was out. And he was just like, you know, do you want to like have some fun or something?
You have video of that?
Yeah, I have it on video.
Where are your parents? Like, you might call your parents? We'll look at video, then we'll call your parents.
Yeah, hold on. I was taking a lot of
Since she was over here skating and went over by the bridge.
I don't know which one it was. It's just in case there's strangers here. I can't.
Let me see if I can.
Now you know why I said we'll go in the shade.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Is that a video?
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? I'm gonna send you a link to upload that video to me. If you can do that. Are you already out of school for the day, or?
I don't go to school right now.
Okay.
For other reasons, but.
Right.
Armed with the girl's statement and the footage, officers returned to confront the man. At first, he dodged the questions, claiming he was only getting himself in order. but as the questioning continued, he admitted to turning toward the girl with his genitals exposed. He even admitted to making comments to her, though he tried to frame them as casual conversation. At that point, officers had heard enough. He was placed under arrest on the spot.
You cannot afford an attorney, one will provide it for you. Do you understand these rights?
What am I being charged with?
Okay, I can't talk about that until I read these, okay? So during any time during question, you can stop and request an attorney, right? With these rights in mind, you wish to speak to me now.
What's going on?
Well, something happened with you and a juvenile, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh,
so
man, I did, man. Dude, some girl with a skateboard passed me by. Dude, that's
okay. Well, hold on. Do you want to talk to me now?
I'm telling you, yes.
Okay.
She passed me by.
Okay.
I mean, I thought I heard somebody. I got my dude. What I was telling you.
Were you naked? Were you naked?
Listen, I was dressed when she walked by. I was getting everything in order.
At any point in time, did you face towards her with your junk out or with your penis out?
I turned because I was suddenly, listen.
Did you make any comments to her? Did you talk to her at all?
I said, hey, let's not do this. Whoa, you're filming. Whoa, wait, stop. I asked her to stop. That's it.
With your out? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I know this was out.
I get locked up.
Oh, you're going to jail. All right, you're going to stand up. That's all I need. Face that way for me.
While searching him, they discovered more items hidden in his clothing and reminded him that he was trespassed from the park. If he returned, he would face immediate arrest.
All right, you understand what you're getting charged with? Indecent exposure? Your penis was out. You showed it to a juvenile girl. You also might be charged with offenses. So you're probably going to be registered as a sex offender.
No.
Yeah, man.
No,
yeah,
I mean, man, I swear to God.
I don't know why you think this is a place to come and be naked, but it's not. I'm gonna call Gomez real quick to see if she wants to do anything else with CID before
You got something here. I just asked you.
He's got a knife. I think he said something about a knife.
Yeah. I thought he took it earlier.
No, I didn't take it. Remember?
I just asked you what else you had.
I don't feel it.
The man, later identified as Gregory, was charged with felony exposure of sexual organ as a second offense, along with solicitation for prostitution. The solicitation charge was eventually dropped and the felony was reduced to a misdemeanor. Gregory was ultimately found guilty, sentenced to 1 year of probation, ordered to pay nearly $500 in court costs, and required to serve 3 days in the Brevard County Detention Center. For the young victim, it was a frightening ordeal that she'll never forget. And for Gregory, it was another brush with the law and a stark reminder that indecent acts in public parks carry real consequences. It's amazing the dumb things youngsters do to impress their friends. Take a look. Instead of looking cool, he looked like a jackass. And if that wasn't bad enough, he tried again. Idiot. Someone told this employee to take a chill pill. On July 6, 2025, Brody Moss released a brand new adventure on his YouTube channel, YBS Youngbloods, a video that quickly left his fans both amazed and concerned. The fishing encounter captured in the upload once again highlighted the dangerous edge of his free-spirited lifestyle. Brody is someone who seems to be living the ultimate dream, wandering through remote regions, setting up camp on untouched islands, and waking up each day surrounded by natural beauty that most of us only experience through television screens or fantasy shows. But for Brody, the appeal isn't just the view. Survival is part of the adventure, and rather than buying food at the store, he often prefers a raw challenge of catching it himself. His videos usually show him out on water, rod in hand, sharing different fishing techniques with his audience so that anyone watching can learn and maybe try them one day. On this particular trip, he was camped out on a secluded island off Australia's coast. After several days outdoors, it was time to replenish food supplies, but instead of going the easy route, Brody craved a new challenge. He decided not to chase after an ordinary fish. Instead, he set his sights on something far more dangerous, the blue-ringed octopus, known as one of the most venomous octopuses on the planet. It's an animal that few people would dare handle, let alone without protection, yet Brody planned to attempt exactly that, catch one with his bare hands. He wasn't alone either. His loyal companion, Strita, was at his side, ready to assist. But before the hunt could begin, something else grabbed their attention. That's the thing about life outdoors, every moment brings unexpected chances. They spotted a fast, powerful fish darting through the shallow waters near shore. Together, Brody and Strita tried to corner it, managing to trap it for a brief moment. However, what looked like a sure victory turned into chaos. The fish lashed out, biting Brody several times before finally slipping free and racing off into deeper water.
Let's see how we go. Ah, he bit me!
That encounter turned out to be an important reminder. Even small creatures in the ocean can be surprisingly tough, armed with instincts and defenses that make them difficult to handle. For Brody, it was just part of the experience, and he quickly turned his attention back to the real challenge of the day.
I don't even know how many days I've spent out here now, but I finally, found one, and it is beautiful. Just right here in front of me. Oh, he's flaring his rings. We've got to be careful. Strider, step back a little bit, sweetie. That's it. Oh, he's going under the rock. Octopus has got to check out the GoPro. Just remember that most of the footage you guys would have ever seen has been inside a fish tank where they're captive. This is out literally in the middle of nowhere. Is the world's deadliest, most venomous octopus, the blue ring octopus. Some blood in this situation. Look at that. All right? Ready? When I come close, flares up right as a cucumber. And cucumbers aren't even bright. Pull it away. He flares down. Oh, he's on that fish. Oh, that fish knows. I don't want to be here around this guy. Oh, we hooked him. Righto, he's on the move again, ladies and gentlemen. Creeping through the tide pools.
After a long search, he finally spotted what he had come looking for, a blue-ringed octopus, moving carefully across a reef. Like many of his uploads, this video wasn't just about thrill-seeking. Brody made it clear that his goal was partly educational. He wanted to document the natural behavior of the octopus, much like a scientist would, before the animal might ever be taken into captivity. On that front, he succeeded. The footage showed the octopus shifting through its vibrant blue ring patterns, changing color as it reacted to his presence. A fascinating display of how it defends itself, but getting that close to a venomous creature is never without risk, and it required steady hands and total concentration. Once he had achieved his goal, Brody decided to continue exploring, checking the reef for other interesting marine life. By the next morning, his exploration took an unexpected turn when he stumbled upon another fish in distress. It had been washed up near the shore and was struggling helplessly to get back into the water. Feeling compelled to help, Brody picked it up with the intention of returning it to safety. The problem, of course, is that wild animals rarely understand when someone is trying to help. For the fish, every hand reaching toward it may as well belong to a predator looking for a meal. And in its panic, it reacted the only way it knew how.
I've never had anything like this happen to me before. I don't know what's wrong with him, but it's a beautiful, beautiful pufferfish.
As Brody held the fish, it suddenly bit down on his finger before bolting back into the water. The bite was far from a small nick. It tore into him deeply, leaving blood pouring from the wound. What was meant to be a rescue ended with Brody in serious pain.
Holy. I wasn't looking, I was looking the other way and he full got me. That's really bad.
realizing the situation was no longer just inconvenient, potentially dangerous. The bleeding won't stop, so Brody headed straight for the hospital. Doctors quickly treated the injury, cleaning the wound and stitching it as necessary. It marked the second painful bite he had endured in a single video, a harsh demonstration of the dangers that come with exploring the marine wilderness so closely. While the adventure had started with excitement and awe, it ended as a reminder to his audiences and to Brody himself that living life on the edge of the ocean comes with real risks. On August 31st, 2025, in Cali, Colombia, a 19-year-old circus performer endured a terrifying fall during a live show at the Hermanos Gasco Circus.
¡Ay! ¿Le cayó encima? ¿Le cayó encima la del aparato?
Reports say she plummeted from a height of nearly 33 feet or about 10 meters as the audience looked on in shock. Fortunately, a protective mattress had been placed on the arena floor. That precaution made all the difference, allowing her to escape with only bruises. Remarkably, she never lost consciousness. After being examined by medical staff, the young performer later returned to the stage at the end of the show. She reassured the audience, calmed their fears, and was met with heartfelt applause. Organizers later explained that this type of traditional circus act is often performed without safety nets or additional equipment, which makes the risks to performers far greater. This incident served as a stark reminder of the dangers behind the spectacle and just how thin the margin for error can be under the big top. This video is from the UK. Inspector Tony McGovern was on motorcycle patrol on July 1, 2022 when he noticed something odd. He saw that Joseph Ward was acting suspiciously. Of course, when the police suspect you, they will speak with you to find out what's going on, and this choice is important for what happens next.
What for?
Just get a part, it's closing.
Huh?
It's closing, the part is closing.
Right.
Can you follow me down here? It'll be right, yeah?
Were you racing with him?
No, I wasn't racing with nobody. I swear to God, I'm just trying to get the red one.
Right, just wait there for me, mate. Turn the engine off for us. I've been rammed.
After asking him what he was doing and where he was going, the policeman asked him to turn off the car. The seemingly straightforward request would lead to a crazy situation when Joseph Ward chose to drive away and then reverses into the officer, knocking him off his bike. Ward initially escaped, but after being identified by authorities who learned that he was previously sought for posing as an officer and extorting money from another motorist, he was taken into custody on July 20 and sentenced to 4 years in jail for a number of offenses. At first, the surveillance footage appears completely routine. A security guard is stationed at his desk, quietly passing the time on what seems like just another uneventful shift, but then something strange happens. The guard suddenly rises from his chair and begins carrying out what looks like a full inspection, despite the fact that no other person can be seen anywhere in the video. What stands out is how precise his actions are. He doesn't move randomly or act confused. He performs each step exactly as if someone were standing in front of him. He even uses a handheld metal detector, carefully sweeping it up and down as though following proper security protocol. The quality of the footage isn't perfect, yet his focused, deliberate gestures make it clear that he was convinced he was interacting with a real individual. Later, when the monitoring team reviewed the footage and asked him about the incident, the guard confidently explained that he had searched a visitor who had just passed through. But this raised a troubling question. The cameras in the nearby turnstiles showed no one entering or leaving at that time. To everyone else watching, there was simply nobody there. The experience appeared to affect the guard deeply. Reports suggest he became so unsettled by what had happened that he resigned from his position before the day was over. This bizarre event took place on August 21st, 2025 in Belo Monte, Brazil. To this day, no clear explanation has been offered. Some believe fatigue or stress caused the guard to imagine things, while others suspect something far less ordinary. Whatever the truth, the clip has left both co-workers and viewers with a lingering sense of unease, wondering what exactly the guard thought he encountered in the empty corridor that night. Across town, a Target stalker learns the hard way that powered carts don't steer themselves. One bad angle, one stuck wheel, and a neat tower becomes modern art. It's not a mess, it's open concept inventory. On August 28, 2025 in Istanbul, Turkey, a serious crash unfolded at a busy highway toll plaza. A truck, unable to maintain control as it approached the booths, slammed directly into a stationary gendarmerie vehicle. The force of the impact was devastating, sending the police car careening off the roadway and plunging into an irrigation canal that ran alongside the toll lanes. Chaos broke out immediately as emergency crews rushed to the scene. According to initial reports, 5 people were injured in the accident, including the officers inside the patrol car as well as individuals traveling in the truck. Miraculously, despite the violence of the crash, all of the victims survived. Though several required hospitalization, authorities have stated that excessive speed played a major role, with the truck entering the toll area far too fast to stop safely. An inquiry has been opened to investigate the circumstances in full, including whether mechanical failure, driver error, or negligence contributed to the disaster. The incident serves as a stark reminder how quickly a moment of lost control on the highway can put multiple lives in danger. What appeared to be a beautiful day at the beach turned into horror. Watch this.
Yo, they came at me. That was insane.
It initially looked like sharks, but it was dolphins. Were these dolphins rage baiting? What's the deal here? It was supposed to be just another quiet morning, but for one Florida man, it became a nightmare he'll never forget. Around 4 a.m. on August 15th in the city of Apopka, Alexander Rojas was startled awake when his Ring doorbell camera picked up movement outside his home. At first, nothing seemed unusual until the footage revealed the dark outline of a massive bear creeping through his yard. Then, without warning, the animal charged straight toward his front door. What made the situation even more terrifying was that there wasn't just one bear, there were 2.
For some odd reason, he turned around, did more stutter steps towards me, and bit my arm. And then clawed my rib cage, and I was able to kick his feet out and knock him in the nose. My girlfriend and she had heard me screaming, and I was telling her to bring me towels. I was bleeding all over the ground, and gave me my tetanus shot, rabies shot.
Rojas later recalled how he tried to scare them off, hoping noise and movement would send the predators running, but instead of fleeing, one of them turned back. With bone-chilling speed at close distance, the animal lunged, sinking its teeth deep into his arm and raking its claws across his ribcage. In that instant, Rojas was fighting for his life. He lashed out in desperation, kicking at the bear's legs before managing to land a blow to its nose. Somehow, against all odds, it was enough to make the animal let go. By the time he made it to the emergency room, his body was torn and his arm nearly useless. Doctors administered tetanus and rabies shots, but the damage to his hand was severe. Specialists warned him he may lose full function in 2 of his fingers. To make matters worse, Rojas had no health insurance, leaving him to face mounting medical bills and an uncertain recovery.
They recommended me to a hand surgeon just because I have little function between these 2 fingers here.
Florida Fish and Wildlife officials soon confirmed they were investigating what they called a human-bear incident. Traps were set in the neighborhood, and the animal would likely be relocated.
They're supposed to trap the bear and move him to a different location, given the circumstances.
But for Rojas, the decision was already made. He refused to go back to the house where the attack took place. Instead, he moved into an RV at his parents' property in Sanford. As he explained, even if the bear was eventually caught, he couldn't risk putting his loved ones in danger again.
I didn't want to put my family in that situation.
What began as an ordinary morning ended with a terrifying reminder that in Florida, the wilderness isn't always far away. Sometimes it comes straight to your doorstep. In Cathedral City, California, newly released footage reveals a terrifying moment between police and a man armed with a knife. It happened on July 27 when an officer responded to what seemed like a routine call about a family argument, but nothing could have prepared him for what came next. As the officer walked toward the front door of the home, the situation exploded in an instant. A man suddenly charged out the doorway, brandishing a knife, and began wildly stabbing at the officer. The attack was so sudden and so violent, it looked like the officer had no time to react. As the struggle played out, an older man and woman, later identified as relatives, rushed out of the house, desperately trying to pull the suspect away and stop the attack. Despite being slashed at multiple times, the officer somehow managed to avoid serious injuries.
You're gonna get tased, you hear me? You will get away!
In a desperate fight, and how close this came to ending in tragedy.
Josh, put it down. Put it down. You understand me? I didn't want to do that. Okay. Did you let it go? Do you have, look at me. Do you have anything else on you? I'm ready to just go there. Okay. Listen to what he's telling you. He's done. It's a predictor. I got it.
Here was fatally shot by police near Crypto.com Arena in downtown. It happened on the morning of July 13th when 911 callers reported a man had stopped his car in the middle of a busy intersection. He got out holding a massive machete, swinging it wildly at random people in the street. That man was later identified as 35-year-old Gurpreet Singh. Video released by police.
Get in. Hey, pursuit. All right, get in the car now. Pursuit.
As he drove,
Slow down. Stop right now. Shots fired. Officer.
no bystanders or officers were injured, though the shooting remains under investigation. For those who witnessed it, the chaotic confrontation in the middle of a downtown morning commute was a chilling reminder how quickly danger can explode out of nowhere.
In the middle of the street. Black and white coming southbound, guys. Slow it down. And just use caution. The guy puts downtown out of his car again.
I'll be there, arrest him, and you have a taser.
I got taser.
Okay, alright, you guys ready to approach?
Ready to approach?
Moving forward.
Hey, don't move, bro. Yeah, don't move. Just make sure you guys clear that.
Can you guys help me pull him over, please?
We have a RA not a male, not Marshall, not working, and
Jump scare alert for this video. What you're looking at is a newly surfaced angle of the massive Beirut port explosion that took place on August 4th, 2020. The blast devastated the city's port area and has since become one of the most infamous industrial disasters in recent history. In this clip, you can clearly see the shockwave racing toward the person filming. It's an absolutely chilling sight as the sheer force of the blast rolls across the city in a matter of seconds. What makes it even more unsettling is when you break it down mathematically. By calculating the speed of sound and adjusting the formula for distance, you find that the spot where this video was captured was roughly 6 miles away from the epicenter of the explosion. That detail puts the sheer scale of the disaster into perspective. Even from miles out, the shockwave was powerful enough to rattle buildings, shatter windows, and overwhelm those who witnessed it. It's a haunting reminder just how destructive that single moment was for the people of Beirut. Muskoka Lakes, Canada, home to multi-million-dollar boathouses and today multi-million-dollar damage. An enraged worker drives an excavator straight through a marine dealership facade. No one's hurt, but the repair bill will need its own flotation device. Standing too close to a large machine while it's operating is always a very bad idea. This may expose you to dangerous mishaps. This man had to experience things firsthand. It's late at night in Michigan, quiet and uneventful, with a gas station glowing under its fluorescent lights. Inside, a man in his 40s goes about a routine stop, grabbing a couple of drinks and heading toward the counter. Calm and collected, he casually requests a pack of tobacco products. Nothing about the moment feels unusual. Then, from one of the aisles, another man appears. He's dressed in a black jacket and gray jeans, his hood pulled tight over his head. He lingers just a few steps behind the first customer, blending in as if he's simply waiting his turn in line. To the cashier and anyone watching, it looks like nothing out of the ordinary, but beneath the surface, tension is building. Suddenly, the quiet night erupts. The hooded man lunges forward, grabbing the unsuspecting customer by the jacket and flashing a knife. It plays out like something ripped straight from an action thriller, only this is in the movies, and the attacker has clearly miscast himself as the lead. Fortunately, the first man isn't caught off guard. With lightning-quick reflexes, he yanks back and blocks a knife strike before it can land. The struggle lasts only seconds before the would-be assailant bolts from the store, leaving behind nothing but adrenaline infusion. It's a harsh reminder that even something as ordinary as a late-night snack run can suddenly spiral into a life-or-death encounter.
Yeah. DK, where you been at? Huh? He's sorry, huh? Yeah, I'm good. Man, I want to go kill him.
This next video comes from Meppel, a city in the Netherlands, and was recorded on August 24th, 2024. At first, it appears to simply capture a windy day, and you might be asking yourself, what's so frightening about a little bad weather? What could some strong gusts really do to disrupt everyday life? Take a closer look. The storm that swept through Meppel that day brought powerful winds paired with thunderstorms, leaving behind significant damage across the area. This footage captures just how quickly an ordinary walk through the city can turn into a brush with disaster when nature shows its full strength. On March 28, 2025, at about 3:05 in the afternoon, police in Indianapolis were dispatched to the 1300 block O'Reilly Place after reports of gunfire rang out. When officers arrived, they found 48-year-old David Doty lying outside a residence, critically wounded from a gunshot. Inside the home, they discovered another man, also 48 years old, James McGuire. Unlike Doty, McGuire couldn't be saved. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses immediately pointed officers in the direction of the suspected shooter. He was identified as 50-year-old Michael Hendricks. As officers spread through the area searching, multiple community members directed them to an intersection where Hendricks was seen walking casually, as though nothing had happened. Officer Teakin pulled up in a marked patrol car and ordered Hendricks to show his hands. Instead of complying, Hendricks kept reaching into his pockets. Then, with his body twisted partly away, he suddenly bolted. Moments later, he drew a firearm and aimed it directly at the officer. In that instant, Officer Teakin opened fire. Hendricks was struck, disarmed, and rushed to the hospital but survived in stable condition. Investigators later found his weapon was unloaded, though a magazine was still inserted.
Yep, got him right here, Prospect Emerson. Hey, show me your hand! Get your hands out of your pocket! Get your hands out of your pocket! Shots fired, suspect down! Please action! Oh, wait, show me your fucking hand! Hands out! Hands out! Hands out! Hands out! Hands out! I'm beside you. Hands out! I'm with you. Okay. Moving. Hands, I got hands. Go. I got lethal.
Meanwhile, Doty, the surviving victim, initially pulled through his injuries and was released from the hospital, but the damage was too severe. On July 10, 2025, more than 3 months after the shooting, Doty also passed away. The story didn't end there. Hendricks was arrested, charged with 2 counts of murder, and later admitted the shocking truth. He had shot both McGuire and Doty over a $40 debt. On August 4th, Hendricks pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 90 years in the Indiana Department of Correction. No bystanders or officers were injured, but 2 lives were destroyed, one over money that barely filled a gas tank.
I
Miss, let's calm down. Hey, let's go over there. Go.
People are especially offended when strangers yell at their children, but occasionally the children are deserving because the kids were flinging trash on the ground. This altercation started at the airport. A portion of it was close to her. The following argument is quite epic, and it would have been even more impressive if it had been set to music.
What do you want her to do? Leave her alone. I said leave her alone. What? I'm looking. Yeah, well, you came over here, right? You didn't need to come over here, miss. Hello. You didn't need to come over here. I said you didn't need to come over here. Why are you coming over here? Exactly. All I need to do is a social distance. Why you came over here? We have babies. We got babies. Yo, we got babies. How you doing? Why are you trying to be confrontational with my family?
It's a baby that dropped it.
The baby dropped it.
It's not an adult.
It's not an adult.
Oh, you can teach a 2-year-old.
Oh, you teach a 2-year-old that?
You have a child.
Y'all just need to calm it down a little bit because otherwise we have the police coming. Okay?
No, but the police should arrest her.
No.
She came right over here, sir.
That's why I'm here.
But guess what? It's in front of you now. Take it up again.
Okay. We're not communicating with each other.
See, you have to move.
They're
See?
leaving.
You have to move. Exactly. Move.
Stop.
The man's de-escalation of the issue was excellent. In the city of Meishan, China, one man's bathroom break turned into something straight out of an action movie. He was just minding his own business, sitting on the toilet, when all of a sudden, boom, an explosion launched him straight off the throne and sent him flying onto the roof. Imagine the confusion in that split second. One moment you're scrolling your phone in peace, the next you're airborne, wondering what in the world just happened. The cause? A buildup of marsh gas inside the bathroom. Unfortunately for him, he decided it was the perfect time to light a cigarette. That tiny spark from the lighter was enough to ignite the gas, triggering a blast powerful enough to blow apart the room and send him sky high. Incredibly, the man survived the ordeal with non-life-threatening injuries, which is nothing short of miraculous considering the circumstances. But let's be real, every trip to the bathroom from here on out is going to come with a healthy dose of paranoia. Sometimes the real danger isn't what you eat, but what you light. One of these individuals had the most unexpected disaster while attempting to move a Greenwich sheet with a forklift. Observe.
I'm on break! You dumbass! I'm on break!
You going viral. You don't even know who I am.
I don't care, bro. I didn't do anything wrong to you.
Why is you yelling?
And then I offer you want to play
So
with
look,
the
Uncle,
No,
let me
but
talk.
tell me what I did wrong,
Oh,
bro.
can I
That's what
talk?
makes me
Can I
mad.
talk?
You're coming at me, bro.
No, can I
I'm
talk?
giving up sleep. I literally work from 10 p.m. to 6 in the morning. Why are you on my ass if I get a 30-minute break just so your fat ass can get pancakes and eggs? Don't up, bro. That's it's a privilege that I'm even working here at the hour, bro. Come on, man. Be a human.
1 a.m. Pancake Country. A hungry customer asks for service. The night shift employee is on a 30-minute break and lets the world know it loudly. The camera rolls, the rant escalates, and the job probably expires before the hash browns do.
I really don't care.
Cause I didn't do nothing to you but come in here.
You're on the camera now, bro.
No, you talking about you mad cause you yelling cause you on the break.
You're making me mad, bro.
So where's somebody else? So if you on break, if you on break,
you just said it, bro.
If you on break,
You're
where's
making me mad
somebody
on my
else?
break.
I'm not
dog.
making you mad, bro.
No, because you're saying like, oh, like, why are you trying to refuse service? Like that's dumb, this and that, bro. I'm on break. I don't even have to.
Okay,
do it
you
in the
telling
first
me
place,
you
bro.
saying
But the
on
fact
your
that I even
break?
asked you to take a
Bro,
to
your
go
boss
there, bro,
gonna see this
it's
in the
fucking
morning.
Crazy, bro.
Your boss gonna see this in the
Bro, I
morning.
don't care.
On Labor Day weekend, a routine drive turned into a life-or-death rescue. 20-year-old West Point cadet Larry Pickett Jr. had already made headlines that weekend, playing in his very first football game as a cadet. But what came next would prove far more defining than anything on the field. Heart-pounding footage shows Larry and his father rushing toward a wrecked car, a man trapped inside, injured and surrounded by danger. Beneath the vehicle, a live power line sparked and hissed. One wrong move, one delayed second, and the entire car could erupt into an inferno. Together, father and son dragged the motorist out, step by desperate step. Moments later, flames swallowed the vehicle, just feet from where the rescue had taken place.
You're a hero, sir.
For Larry Jr., there was no hesitation, no second thoughts, just instinct. As he later said, there wasn't much thinking. We just knew we had to help.
Just grateful that we got him out, honestly, because that could have gone totally different for him.
There was not much thinking or any talking, but just knowing that we had to go and help someone and just reacted off of that.
His father, Larry Sr., recalls the sound of sparks, pops, and flashes of light as they pulled the man across the road. We couldn't let that guy burn. We were his only hope.
We couldn't let that guy burn. And we knew that was going to happen. The car was already starting to catch fire. We hear the sparks, we hear the pops, the flashes of light. And we were his only hope at that moment. It was no hesitation. He jumped right into action.
The injured driver survived thanks to two ordinary men who chose to act in an extraordinary moment. When a big industrial machine was operating, this woman entered in. Unless you have had the necessary training, never operate a huge machine. See how it affected her.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the ops. Fuck 12. Fuck 12. You're yelling at a McDonald's employee. Bro, take a little fucking.
Here's another thorough analysis. This instance is taking place in a McDonald's. In this instance, the woman has already dealt with the police on multiple occasions and they're already present. She screams loud enough to rouse the dead when she decides her drink is taking too long. She then begins tossing objects, cursing, and uttering racial gibberish. The cop doesn't step in, which is the weird part. He probably understands that it's best to simply let her get it over with.
Oh my god. That took it to another level. We're all.
A drive-thru order goes sideways and a frustrated employee leaves the window, confronts the customer, and according to witnesses, throws a punch. Police arrive, cuffs click, and have it your way turns into charges for battery and disorderly conduct.
Yo, I don't give a I don't give a Stop. Get over here. Put your hands behind your back. I don't give a Miguel. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They ain't gonna do this. Yo! Oh, I'm sorry now! Yo, you see what you see what he's saying? Yo! So fade me 101! Fade me 101! Hey. He can go to jail.
So I don't know.
Was anybody here to see what happened?
Yes, all of us.
I know you just said it, but can you mind repeating it?
Well, what I seen, I just seen the bags on the floor. I guess he threw the food at bro face or whatever, bro.
Who threw the food?
Him.
This guy.
Yeah.
Is he a customer or something?
Yeah, he's a customer. He wanted a refund.
Okay.
That's what all I'm hearing when I come outside, basically. And then I see the food on the floor. I'm trying to break up the fight, saying that there's a kid in the car and stuff.
Okay.
Leave it alone, driving. Then I guess bro.
So what happened with him? How did he get involved?
That's the one that he threw the food at his face.
Talk to me. What happened?
I ordered food, right? They said, took my money, said, could you come over here and wait for the food? This clown keeps coming out, asks me if my car's for sale, talking like the way he's talking, but I don't want to do nothing because he's got my food in there. I don't want to spit in it and whatnot. So I let it go. He keeps coming out asking to see my ticket about what my food is. I said, it's 3 Junior Whoppers and chicken sandwich, the $5 bags. It's 3 of them. 4 of them. And then it all started all bad, right? I said, 3 sodas and a Diet Coke. He hands me 4 sodas. I go, which one's a Diet Coke? He goes, I don't know. I go, this is serious because my mother's a diabetic. So he just makes another soda, gives me. So now I got 5 sodas, but they got everything back. So then I get out of the car and I was like, I don't want it. I want my money back now at this point because I don't know what they did to my food. So he starts doing all this bullshit, punches me in my face, starts pounding on my hood. My son is right here.
Do you understand everything I just read to you?
Yes.
Having these rights of mine, do you want to speak to me?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
All right, now.
Can I shake your hand? Even if I'm in cuffs, can I shake your hand?
There you go. So why did you hit him?
I hit him because he was, for me, he was disrespecting. He was like, oh, if you don't got my order, then why are you working here? If you can't get my order and you can't have whatever I asked for, why you can't have my order? That's literally how I felt, officer.
Okay, so you felt, okay.
I felt like I had to, like, do his shit. If I don't do his shit, then I'm gonna get a problem. That's literally why I pushed him. And you can ask all my co-workers that's why I even came outside because
that's why
I wouldn't even came outside.
Okay.
Officer, I promise.
I gotcha.
Cuff get quicker every time we intense.
What's that?
Why did cuff get?
Are they getting tighter?
Yeah, bro.
In Florida, officers responded to a call at a Dollar Tree after a woman reported a disturbing encounter inside the store. According to the victim, a man had exposed himself and then began taking photos of her without her consent while she was shopping. She described how she was reaching for something on a high shelf when the man positioned himself behind her, holding his phone as if he were trying to capture pictures. She told officers he was wearing a black shirt and gave a clear description of his appearance.
Okay, so...
He has a black scully on. He's standing right to my right.
So tell me what you saw.
He took it out, jerked it, and had his phone like this, while I'm like this trying to get something from the top shelf. But as you can see, I'm a little, like, you know.
Okay. And you said he's wearing a black scully?
Black scully, from what I can see, black shirt, white shorts.
When police spotted the suspect, they quickly moved in. Bodycam footage shows officers ordering him to the ground. The man immediately began pleading, asking to call his girlfriend, swearing that he would cooperate. But the officers weren't taking chances. He was handcuffed and searched on the spot.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
You gonna step over here and talk with me?
Yes, sir.
So, step over here. Put your hands behind your back for me. Put your hands behind your back for me. Don't. Do not move. You understand me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get on your belly now.
Yes, sir. Can I call my girl?
Get on your belly now!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your stomach. Wow. Call my girl.
Shut up! Shut your mouth.
Yes, sir. I'm on probation, man. I had to.
All right, be quiet. We'll get to that in a second. You got it.
As they led him outside, the man broke down, panicking about what would happen next. "Oh my God, I'm done. I'm never going to have a family again," he cried, claiming his life was over. He admitted he was already on probation and feared his arrest would destroy everything.
Hey man, could you help me? Could you grab my phone? I'm here, man. Please, I swear to God, I will cooperate. I am cooperating. Could you keep me up, please? Please.
Wait 1 second.
Yes, sir.
You got any weapons on you?
No, sir.
All right. Took 1 foot this way.
Yes, sir. I had to use the restroom now.
What are you doing?
My knees hurt. I'm so sorry.
Delete that picture of you on your phone.
I don't have no picture of me. Let's go this way. Where'd you park at? I'm parked over there. Huh? I'm parked over there.
Can you call my girlfriend, please? No, man. You can't,
Spread your feet. Your feet.
Oh my God. Yes, sir. Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done. I swear to God, I'm supposed to go to jail. I'm for at least a year, man. I swear to God.
Calm down.
I need help, man.
Calm down.
Just call my lady. That's all I'm asking for.
We'll figure that out in a second. I'm telling you to chill out.
That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Please.
You got any ID on you?
No, sir.
No.
Non-door 440 Lake.
Go ahead.
You got one detained.
I called it in.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to hold them so I can search them? Yeah, I still got to search it.
Stop moving, dude. You got blood on your arms. We're trying to get...
You need medical?
No, sir. Yeah, I think I need medical. I do. I'm going to fucking jail, man. I'm on probation for...
I need
to set up.
We got the cuffs on him.
I'm asking for help. I'm going to set up for fucking Christmas. This is Christmas time. They're going to hate me. I'm never going to have a family again.
Officers found blood on his arms, but he refused medical attention. His meltdown continued as he repeated that he was finished and begged for leniency.
Come on, knees.
In the end, the man, identified as Jensen, was charged with resisting without violence and exposure of sexual organs. His bond was set at $10,000, which he failed to make. To make matters worse, when his girlfriend got the call about what had happened, she was reportedly furious. Jensen was later found guilty in both charges. The judge sentenced him to 120 days in county jail, a steep fall for someone who admitted he was already on probation. What began as a disturbing moment in a Dollar Tree aisle ended with an emotional breakdown on the pavement, all captured on police body cam. Would it be a Fear Tales video without someone trashing a store? This woman wasn't pleased with prices increasing, and this is her way of handling it.
Snapping, baby girl. What's wrong?
Back into the sex traffic, they go to India, they sex traffic, they kill kids over there. That Jews don't like people. All they do is sex traffic. They ship you all of these prices. All they always do is rack up these prices. And this whole convenience store, y'all get.
Baby girl, look, you going to jail, baby girl.
Huh?
You going to jail? Once you go to jail?
I ain't going to jail. I'm getting people out of jail.
You sure?
Yeah.
Not like this. Not like this, though.
I'm getting out of jail. Y'all judges, y'all parole officers, crooks. All of them crooks.
Where you from?
I'm from Suffolk.
Suffolk.
Y'all. Born and raised. Suffolk, Norfolk, the whole Suffolk.
She keeps up her cool conversation with the man filming, even throwing him some cigarettes when he requests them. She doesn't appear to be aware at all that he is recording the proof that will expose her.
You're working, baby girl.
She going crazy. He's doing everything.
They got a lot of cleaning. A lot of motherfuckers. This store, nobody like.
Sit here and wait.
Okay.
I asked you to stop taking pictures of me. I asked you to stop taking pictures
There's no
of me.
law against me.
It's not by your consent. Yes, call the cops. I'm waiting. Call the cops. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Call the cops. I'm waiting.
A bystander films a tense exchange between a doorman and an Amazon courier. The situation boils over. The camera jolts. The filmer says he's been punched and his glasses shattered.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're doing that out of my. You're doing that from not my consent, bro. And if I toss your phone, you're gonna be very upset. I'm asking you to stop recording me. I'm asking you to stop recording me. I'm asking you to stop recording me. I'm asking you to stop fucking recording me and get out of my face. 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 You're following me. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You're following me. All right, keep recording.
I'm
Get
here.
out of my face, bro.
I'm not in your face.
Get out of my face.
No, I'm not
Get
in
out
your
of
face.
my face, bro. Can you stop?
Amazon later covers the cost and identifies the worker, but the internet court is already in session. In Florida, a few sheriff's deputies came into a man acting strangely outside of a shop at about 8 a.m. The man leaped the fence when he saw the police and the officer asked him what he was doing. He pretended to be going to talk to the deputy at first, but rather he picked up a bag and started to run. After that, there was a struggle during which the suspect repeatedly hit the deputy. He manages to restrain the man at last, but before he can do so, he reaches into the bag and pulls out a revolver, which shoots out of his hand. The guy then shockingly pulls out a second gun, which he throws aside as well. At this time, the man breaks free from the deputy's hold and starts assaulting him. The guy flees for his pistols, and the officer then starts shooting. Although the suspect lived, there are many unanswered concerns regarding whether he was attempting to toss the firearms over the fence or if he had actually pointed them at the officer. Thoughts? In July 2025, Bowie's Fishing on YouTube released a video that put viewers through a whirlwind of emotions. The footage came from northern Queensland, a location often tied to his adventures, and right from the beginning it carried the trademark feel his audience has grown familiar with. Stunning beauty paired with a looming possibility of trouble. The day began almost perfectly. The camera captured sweeping views of the sea, its waters gleaming with vibrant shades of blue beneath the bright morning sun. From the drone's perspective, the horizon seemed endless, with turquoise patches that looked as if they had been painted by hand. Gentle waves rolled over and over, falling into a rhythm that was both soothing and mesmerizing. It was as if the ocean itself had decided to give Bowie the best conditions possible, a setting tailor-made for a successful fishing trip. Wasting no time, he unpacked his rod and gear, everything shining and ready to use. Clearly the tools of someone who had done this countless times before. The drone then revealed a school of fish moving gracefully through the clear water, followed closely by a massive trevally. Bowie lowered his line with expert precision, confident the moment he'd been waiting for had finally come. But just as the bait touched the surface, the entire school scattered in panic, vanishing like broken glass scattering across the floor. The sea quickly returned to silence, leaving only the sound of waves and Bowie's quiet exhale of disappointment. A golden chance had slipped away in the blink of an eye.
I think I've disturbed him now. Damn it. I blew that. I kind of just like lost where they were. I blew that one big time. Oh, there's some small ones here. Blew that. It's much harder to do this thing solo. See if we can quickly find some other ones.
Unfortunately, that was only the beginning of his troubles. Bowie's trusted companion in the sky, the drone, ran out of power and fell silent. With the battery drained, he no longer had a bird's eye view to track movements beneath the surface or scout new locations.
And these drone batteries are way too fast. I took my own head off. Like, I swear they used to be way better when I got it. Now they're in like 15 minutes. Not enough time to get things done out here. Need more time, Solo. It's a bit hard.
Still, Bowie wasn't the type to give up so easily. Determined, he pressed forward without hesitation, turning his full attention back to his rod and reel. Alone on the open sea, he cast again, watching his line disappear beneath the rolling waves. There were no friends chatting nearby, no crew offering advice or assistance, only Bowie, the water, and the thrill of the unknown. This is the way he'd always preferred it, relying on his instincts and love for the craft. If one location didn't deliver, he simply packed up and tried the next, confident that persistence would eventually reward him. As the day unfolded, Bowie encountered an array of marine life, small sharks circling with curiosity, brightly colored humped parrotfish, in a number of giant trevallies, also called GTs. He managed to hook several trevallies, each one larger than the last, but they still didn't match the monster he was after, so he carefully released them back into the sea, refusing to settle for anything less than his ultimate goal. Eventually, after shifting to one last spot, he cast his line once again. Suddenly, the rod jerked violently, bending under the weight of something massive. The reel screamed as line tore away, the fish on the other end pulling with relentless strength. Bowie's eyes widened with determination as he braced himself against the rocking boat, straining every muscle to hold his ground. Thinking quickly, he reversed the boat, keeping pace with the struggle while steadily regaining control. Inch by inch, he reeled the line back, the battle testing his skill and endurance, until at last the giant fish broke through the surface in a dramatic reveal.
Oh. That was insane. Still on it. Oh. Yep. Oh my god. Another one. Another one. Oh, I gotta get reversed. Okay, nice little GT. Yeah, a nice little GT. Definitely not the size we're after, but they will take it. Still good fun. And even for their size, they still fight pretty hard. See.
What should have been a routine moment, removing the bait and letting the catch go, turned suddenly disastrous. As Bowie worked with a hook, it slipped and drove straight through his thumb. Pain shot through his hand, and he realized the situation had instantly changed from triumph to emergency.
I just got the hook in my thumb really bad. Like, really bad. Have a look at that. That's a doozy. Far out. Well, that's probably my day ruined. Well, that right there is not exactly what you want to happen. I don't even know what to do, man. I'm 100 k's by out.
With no choice but to find assistance, Bowie steered back towards safety. Luck was on his side when he crossed paths with another group on the water, and one of them kindly stepped in to help him with the injury. A few days later, Bowie shared an update on the accident. His thumb was still in recovery, but the good news was that he was already able to get back out on the water. While the wound would take time to fully heal, the experience left him with a lasting reminder. Even seasoned fishermen must never let their guard down. One small slip can turn a perfect day into a painful ordeal. Going forward, Bowie promised himself and his viewers that he would handle every trip with greater care. Check out this further horrifying material from this terrible natural disaster. Filmed from the 2011 Japanese tsunami shows a bus transporting refugees from a nearby town just before the wave struck. In some parts of the video, the bus barely avoids the rapidly advancing surge of seawater, mud, and debris, which includes buildings, cars, and trees swept up by the force of the tsunami. The tsunami was caused by a powerful 9.0 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Japan, and just as the vehicle reaches higher ground, a massive surge of water, mud, and debris overtakes the area below, leaving destruction in its wake. One of these individuals was struck by a huge load that was being lifted by a crane. When lifting, never forget to maintain a safe distance from large things. See how it transpired. On September 3rd, 2025, the streets of Port Orange, Florida turned into the scene of a high-speed nightmare. What began as a routine stop quickly spiraled out of control when a driver chose to run. He tore through traffic, swerving between cars and blasting through red lights, the speedometer climbing higher and higher. On I-95, his reckless flight hit 118 miles per hour every second, putting innocent lives in danger. For miles, the chase raged on. Officers closed in, but the driver refused to stop. Then, in a decisive move, Sheriff Chitwood took control. With precision, he executed a pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle out and bringing the chaotic joyride to a violent halt.
5 miles an hour.
You think you can get it with a pit going the straightaway here? We're going too bad.
He's going to lose it here in a minute. He's losing speed.
Alright, sit back. We got the cavalry behind you. Spanish, I would have hit him. You want to get him or you want me to get him?
Go ahead.
12-55 to Port Orange Sergeant. Can I assist on 95? We got plenty of people. Clear the air. Pit, pit, pit. Williamson overpass. Pit in the median.
Anybody else in there?
No, right. No, sir.
On the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
Can I just ask you a question? What the f are you running for? Huh? What the f are you running for?
Let's jump. 3, 2, 1.
Behind the wheel was 24-year-old Christian Will Adenaude of Broward County. His run ended not in escape, but in handcuffs. He now faces charges of fleeing law enforcement, reckless driving, a Florida superspeeder violation, and a stack of criminal traffic citations. In the end, no lives were lost, but the chase stands as a sobering reminder how one person's selfish decision can endanger everyone on the road. A user who goes by the name Cahorn1234 reached out, uncertain of what to make of a video they had captured and asking for help to figure out whether what they saw could be paranormal. The footage was taken late at night in a wooded area, and at first glance it doesn't seem unusual, but at exactly 2 minutes and 28 seconds, a small faint red light flickers into view. At first, it's just one, subtle, almost easy to dismiss. Yet within moments, more of them appear until the surrounding forest seems to be alive with strange lights flashing in the darkness. What makes this so unusual is their behavior. These lights don't resemble anything familiar with headlights, towers, or nearby houses. Instead, they seem suspended in midair, glowing and vanishing without any logical pattern. As the camera turns across the field, even more of these mysterious flashes can be seen in the distance, multiplying as if the forest itself is covered in them. The witness was quick to point out that this wasn't near any town or roadway, ruling out man-made explanations. And after looking closely, I'd have to agree, the arrangement doesn't line up with electrical poles, towers, or any other common source. Visually, the scene almost looks like strands of Christmas lights strung randomly through the trees, but the detail that makes it even stranger is the timing. This was filmed in the middle of July, long past the holiday season, and far from any decorated neighborhood. These lights appear, flash, and disappear without reason, leaving behind more questions than answers. So what exactly was caught on camera that night? A natural phenomenon, an optical illusion, or something paranormal hiding in the woods? Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.